everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we are doing a full day routine, and clearly our routines don't always look like this, but at the time being, everything like as far as schools and sporting events and anything like that are shut down where we live in Pennsylvania for at least 2 weeks. So we have our kids home with us, and we're just trying to keep things as normal as possible. And I just wanted to share some ideas for a schedule or like what our routine looks like now that we're all home and that we can't really go anywhere. But let's just be very honest right now and give ourselves some grace, because God knows none of us knew what was going to be happening or how serious it was going to be, or how we would deal with it if something did happen like this. Luckily for Chris and I, we both already work from home, so that is not new for us, and feeling extra grateful for that. But I wanted to share these ideas without making anyone feel guilty, because if you're not doing homeschool and you're not doing things like that, if you're all just having a ton of screen time and eating junk food, I'm fine with that also. I just know that in my life and in Chris's life, we both really thrive on schedules and routines, and our kids are the same way because they take after us. So in our lives, we always have 3 constants. One thing is that the boys are always in our room at 6:40 a.m. every single day, because that is when their hatch light turns purple and it's time for them to put their fires away and they can come on and be with us and get out of bed. So every single day, the boys are up at 6:40. Ella's a little bit more like maybe around like 7:30, depending on how she slept the previous night. The second constant for us is nap time. Carter, my 4-year-old, he doesn't nap anymore, but Ella, who is almost 19 months, is still taking 1 nap a day, and Tanner is as well. Tanner is 3 years old, and he still very much needs his nap. He's not showing any signs of stopping naps, so that's completely fine. Nap as much as you want to. I wish I could nap. Anyway, nap time is at, we tried to make it 12:30, but it's in between 12:30 and 1 every single day. So we have that constant going for us. And then the third constant is dinner time. So dinner time is always around anywhere between 5 and 6. If it were like the perfect world in my head, we'd eat dinner at 5 or 5:30 every night, but Lord knows that does not happen. Probably most of the time doesn't happen. There's times when we're just sitting down to eat at 6:30, but my goal is always between 5 and 6. So the point is, if you have any constants, try to stick to those constants. Like even if it's like revolving around meal times, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner times, I just feel like keeping things as normal and as routine as possible is what really helps us. So I also want to say we've been very lenient, and I feel like the kids are sensing the stress when we feel stressed, so I try to stay calm. You know, it's not the easiest thing to do, especially when you're a mom and when you're a worrier, but we try to keep those constants. That's basically what I'm saying. And everything else is a little bit more lenient. We have been doing homeschool. One of the things that I recommend the most is to just reach out to your child's teacher. I text them and said, hey, what do your days look like? Also, there's tons of resources. I'll have them linked down below of if you are lucky enough to have some kind of tablet or internet, computers, there's tons of free online things you can do for your kids as well. Also, give yourself some grace. Like my kids are totally having way too much screen time, but that's what we need. It's not like I'm like, here, go on your Fire all day long or go on the iPad all day long, but you know, they're definitely having more screen time, and I'm okay with it. Another thing that Chris and I have been trying to do besides the homeschool, which we don't make it like, okay, sit down, it's a super strict like 3-hour thing. It's like, you know, let's do a little bit of learning, get your brain working, and call it like it is. But one thing that has been really helpful for us is having like one big thing to look forward to every day, and getting outside at least once a day, weather permitting. So for example, tonight we're having movie night because Frozen 2 came out on Disney Plus or whatever it's called. So we're all looking forward to having a movie night. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, so we're looking forward to having a homeschool St. Patrick's Day. Another thing I just had to tell you is that my kids feel like we're playing make pretend, and they absolutely love homeschool. Like they're loving it. They're like, okay, teacher. So we're having fun with it. We're not being super strict, but this is what's working for us. So anyway, I'm gonna stop talking and let's get into this.
Alright, so like I said, one of our constants is that at 6:40 every single day, the kids' hatch light turns purple, and that means that they can come into our room and get their fire or their iPad, and this basically just gives us a second to get ready for the day, have our coffee or our celery juice. Also, Chris always showers first thing in the morning, and I shower in the evening just because it takes a little bit longer for me to get ready. I also blow dry my hair at night just so that I don't have to do that the following day. And also, we always have coffee. Chris usually makes me coffee in the morning. He has pretty much since we've lived together, since I was 21 years old. I'm now 31, so thanks, Chris, for 10 years of coffee making. I also wanted to mention that this has been my favorite way to like kind of put creamer in my milk since I'm not having dairy. Is half oat milk and half coconut milk. It is delicious. Even though I'm not having like full milk and things like that, I've still been having a little bit of whipped cream. It's the only dairy that I have. However, I noticed that Ella's skin is starting to flare back up again, and I'm wondering if it's because I've been having whipped cream again. So I think I might have to cut that. And here's me looking a hot mess as soon as I wake up because, like I said, I am not a morning person in any way, shape, or form. We make our bed every single day. It kind of just sets the tone for the day, and if the kids are awake, we let them help us. We kind of make it into a fun little parachute game, just trying to keep things really light and positive and calm in our house during this chaotic time because that's all we really can do right now. Kids are still loving those muffins from my Get It All Done video. They're delicious and they're packed with bananas, apples, and carrots. My coffee is finished, the bed is made. I usually just try to get ready, whether that's curling my hair a little bit or throwing it up in a bun. I just like to get ready most days. It just helps my mood. I don't know, it's just me. Now it's time to get the kids ready for the day, and Ella is seriously already picking out her own outfits. Ella, you want this one? No? Which one are we having? Okay. Next it's time to brush our teeth, which is one of Ella's favorite activities of the day. The muffins still had them hungry, so this is kind of like their second breakfast. After breakfast, we kind of just clean up and I get their supplements ready for the day. They take a lot of liquid vitamins just because that is my new approach to wellness. And so far, so good. They're all taking them. Carter can't stand to do like the fish oil and certain things like that. So we use a vitamin patch that goes on their back as well. I'm not sure what the grocery stores are like where you are, but I signed up for Instacart and they are not even delivering anymore. So today we're taking a fun little field trip where we're having music class in the car as well as story time in the car. And Chris is running in to our local wholesale grocery store to try to stock up on some things because we have a family to feed. And I just let them kind of get out of their seats and we hung out and sang songs and just tried to make the most of it in the parking lot. And it's kind of nice to get out and just take a ride around to just like see the outdoors. Next up is our second constant, which is lunchtime and then nap time. And one thing that you'll notice is that all of my kids have different lunches right now. It's what they each asked for, and that's totally fine with me because we're trying not to waste food. So I don't mind if they want to have waffles, hot dogs, and turkey sandwiches for lunch because I don't want it to go to waste. And then my little ninjas were hiding from me back here. Another thing that we like to do is we play the Ants Go Marching on Alexa, and the kids know, okay, it's time to go up for quiet time, and it's kind of makes it fun and turns it into a little bit of a game. I put the boys down first, and Ella says goodnight to all of them, and then I go ahead and nurse Ella, and then she takes her nap. And once Tanner is asleep, Carter kind of sneaks out of the room, which he's really sweet and good with doing, to try to not upset him about having to take a nap. All right, let's talk about the homeschooling portion. So right now, Carter, I just got him a new workbook that's considered a kindergarten workbook from Amazon, and we have just been working on this since we have time alone together, and since he doesn't have like his little brother or little sister bothering him, and he really looks forward to this time together. So this is part of our quote homeschool. He does his workbook. I also mentioned that I spoke with their teachers, and we're kind of going on what they were supposed to be doing every week. So this week he was learning about the letter R and rainbows and things like that. So we are working on a worksheet I printed out that she had sent us, and this is Tanner, so his is more light. You know, they're learning about St. Patrick's Day and leprechauns, so I just want to keep that normalcy for them, and especially keep Carter on track since he's supposed to start kindergarten next year. He's still getting comfortable with his letters, and I just don't want to be the reason why he gets behind. I'm not strict about it. Whenever he's done, he's done. I tell him, you're all done for the day? He says yes. I don't push him, and I think that's why he still continues to enjoy it, because again, we're not being strict with this, but I want to give him the best chance at kindergarten. He is a June birthday, so he's going to be really, really young for his class. So yes, I do worry about him a little bit, but we are getting there, and I'm really, really proud of him. Next, he's just sorting these little erasers that we got from Amazon. He also played with these counting blocks, and we did like a little bit of addition, but all in all, he thinks it's really fun and enjoys it. Talked about this earlier in the video, and that is just having some type of structure. I'm not like a stickler for a schedule, but I do like to have routines. Like I said, the 3 constants, and having one big thing to look forward to every single day is so helpful. So during that quiet time when both Ella and Tanner are sleeping, besides that I'm working with Carter, I also enjoy my second cup of coffee. And now that Ella is awake, she is using her little dry erase board. I got each of them their own dry erase board from Amazon, just to kind of help them and not fight over it. And Ella loves drawing and writing. Also, like I said, the letter of the week is R, so I like to just quiz Carter just on that one single letter and let him get used to seeing it and saying it. The set of flashcards my mother-in-law gave me, she was a preschool teacher previously, and here are the worksheets that Carter's teacher sent me. So after quiet time, we always have a snack. Today they're just having some dried mangoes, and then we do another activity. Today Chris built a fort with them, and then he took them out back on the trampoline so I could get dinner started. And if you know, you know, but I would love to hear your guesses as to what I'm making for dinner. Like, what do you think this dish is? So it's finally officially dinner time, and we are having, you guessed it, marry me chicken. It's something that the whole family will eat, so we do eat it more often, and I was really excited that Chris was able to find sun-dried tomatoes at the grocery store. It's a little after 6, and I'm going to go ahead and clean up the kitchen, and then we're going to get the kids in their PJs and have that Frozen movie night that I was telling you about.
Night night, love you. Night night. Love you, Dada. Love you, Bro-Bros. Go get our milkies. Oh, you're so sweet. Go get our milkers. Okay. Ma. It's Mommy and Ella. Yeah.
That Ella is asleep, we're just going to go ahead and get the boys to sleep, tell them their 15 stories, give them water, let them go to the bathroom, and rub their back and do everything else they ask us to do.
So I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I hope that it gave you some ideas. There's tons of things on Amazon, just like little learning tools. I would say the dollar store, but I know a lot of us are trying to not go out as much as possible. So even things you have at home, you can be creative. Just use this time wisely as much as you can. I'm trying to look on the bright side and just be like, okay, this is a bonus family time that we have together. I don't know, guys, it's a tough time right now. I just want to let you know that we're here for you. We've been doing daily vlogs every day on Beaston Family Vibes just to kind of try to give you a break from reality and just try to keep things as light as possible. But regardless, you're doing a great job. Whether you choose to do homeschool or routines, or whether you choose to let your kids just go play free all day long, it doesn't matter. I just want to say to try to be more lenient, not let your kids feel distressed if that's in any way possible, and to just try to make life as normal as possible. But thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And I'm currently taking April video requests, so if you could leave those down in the comments, I would be so appreciative. We got this, guys.